Jai Hind students, hope you all are fit and fine at home. So we will be starting a new chapter, Women, Caste and Reform. And the basic learning objective behind doing this chapter is that we will understand how some classes of the society, for example, the Dalits, the women, they were discriminated, and how some of the social reformers tried their level best to bring the society. So we all know that there was a lot of discrimination on part of the women. Then there were people who were judged according to the work they did, that is the Varna system. And then we also know about sati, child marriage, the system of bonded labors where high caste people used to force people who were poor to work, and so on. So one we will be dealing with each and every sub topic. A little bit about the important dates and events. In 1772, Raja Ram Mohan Roy brought a lot of reforms in the Indian society. In 1829, sati was banned. In 1856, a law was passed to permit widow remarriage. The Arya Samaj was founded in 1875. In 1929, the Child Marriage Restraint Act was passed, and in 1927, Ambedkar led 3 temple entry movements for the Dalits. So we all are aware about the sati system, where a woman is forced to die on the funeral pyre of her husband against wish, and this was disliked even by the Britishers. Queen Victoria had tried to put a ban on this in the year 1861. Then in Nepal it was banned in 1920. Then a number of things slowly started to change, and we will be dealing or studying here in this chapter how the reformers brought about a change in the society. Talking about some other wrong practices prevalent were male discrimination. As we all know that men were allowed to do anything, and the woman had no choice. Even when she was supposed to get married, it was her she got married to according to her parents' wish. Male could have one to two or could get married to one or more number of times. The people were divided on the basis of their caste, and the higher caste people they always try to put down the lower people. Child marriage, we all know that there is a certain age, then only people can get married, but previously small children used to get married, and that led to a lot of mental um, we can say mental and physical damage. Then bonded labors, when the upper caste people used to divide or discriminate against the lower caste people, they used to forcibly let or make the lower caste people work. Here, lower caste people were treated as untouchables. They were not allowed to enter the temples, not allowed to draw water from the public wells, and so on. And even the children were not allowed to go to the school. Then this attitude how changed? It changed according to few things which started to happen. Awareness was created among women, and as in general people started to read and write. When people started to read and write, like these things like newspapers, magazines, they became much cheaper, and people started to have debates and discussions. Now when these debates and discussions happened, people became more aware. Then when ordinary people also started to read, they could read scripts of different languages. They started to translate this into their own local languages, and this initiated, or this made the reformers think in a different way. Now, who are the social reformers? We already know that social reformers are people who bring about a change in the society. We have already dealt with the social reformers in the previous classes. Some among them are Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So if we talk about Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was an Indian religious educational reformer, and who had challenged the traditional Hindu culture such as sati, and he indicated that the Indian society could get progress or could progress under the British rule. So he is also called as the father of modern India. He is also regarded as the father of Bengal Renaissance, and he, along with Tagore and other prominent Bengalis at that time, he founded the Brahmo Samaj in 1828, which was organization which influenced the society as a whole and brought about a lot of change in the political public life of the people. Then he also brought he was moved by seeing the condition of the widows, and as he was well versed in Sanskrit and other languages, he pointed out that sati was not practice, which was a practice which was not done in the olden days. And through his writings, he condemned the practice of sati, and the Britishers were also opposed the practice of sati, and they supported Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and the law was thus passed banning sati. Now, the approach taken by Raja Ram Mohan Roy was then taken by the other leaders also, people who wanted change in the society, people who wished to see that the society started to or starts to improve. Then the next person we have is Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, who also suggested that widows should get married. His suggestion was adopted by the British officials, and a law was passed which permitted widow remarriage, because many were against the remarriage at that time of the widows, and this was opposed by Vidyasagar, and he was also boycotted. But in the second half of the 19th century, widow remarriage started to happen in many parts of the. Then the girls began to go to school. All the reformers felt that it was necessary to educate the women in order to improve their situation or their condition. Vidyasagar had set up a number of schools in Calcutta, and there were a number of schools established in various parts of India. And when schools for girls opened in the mid 19th century, people were afraid, and they feared that the schools would take away the girls' independence. So this is for the first module. We'll be discussing about the doubts in the live class. Till then, Jai Hind.